everyone, welcome to my channel. We are back out in the old guy's shed working on the CLC boat's Passagemaker take apart Dingy. So from last episode, apologize for the the Chinesium camera that I switched to seemed to have problems, and I'm actually using it right now to record this. Hopefully we won't turn green like it did the last video. I don't know what happened. Anyways, we'll keep playing with it and see if we can get this fixed. Also, so from last episode, it looks like I'll be able to do 2 videos a week. I think Wednesdays and Saturdays. Like that might work pretty good for me. The editing is really what takes up a pretty good portion of the time on these videos, but I think I can do a Wednesday and a Saturday. So anyways, we had some problems with the puzzle joints, and now I've things yesterday to see if we can at least cover it up, if nothing else. So let me get you turned around here and show you what we got. Alright then, so what I did is, and since we're already off manual here, I went ahead and put some thickened epoxy down, and then I actually put peel ply, and then I put a piece of plastic over it. So we'll see how this works. It looks like it should be dry by now. Yep, so that's all dry, and let's see how this peel ply does on this. Oh yeah, I like that. That's gonna sand down nice. That will absolutely be good. I think we're gonna take a shot at sanding this, and yeah, I'll have to find which one was the worst one. But boy, that came out pretty nice. I mean, let's see. Yep. All right. Good. Let me get you set up, and we'll go ahead and get the rest of these off and get the sander out. I was able to do all 6 of them by putting 2 up there on the other bench. So we'll go ahead and get the rest of these off, take a look at them, and then get the sander out. I don't think it's going to take very much. If the rest of them are like this, it shouldn't take much at all to get this cleaned up and ready to go. So I think this one here was the one that was really bad, and a lot smoother. I've got quite a bit of cleanup on it, especially along the edges here, and I'll have to clean up the rabbit on all of them. But I think this is a fair solution to to my screw up. I can feel it just a little bit recessed there, but I think that'll all sand out, and we'll make it nice and smooth. So let me get set up to do some sanding, and then we'll see where we're at after that. All right, in order to clean up this rabbit edge, I had started off with using just X-Acto, trying to almost use it as a chisel. That didn't work very well, but this rotary tool with this grinding wheel kind of thing on it seems to work pretty good. Just have to be real careful. Yep, I think that'll work. So good. So now I know how to do the rabbit. Now I just need to go ahead and get I'll go ahead and go through each one, doing the sanding, and then we'll see where we're at then. this was the worst one, and you have it cleaned up pretty good, but I think I am going to put one more coat of epoxy on it, especially on this side. So I'm going to put this one to the side. When we do the big puzzle joint, the bottom, we'll go ahead and add some to this one. Okay, then I got these boards sanded down pretty good. There's only 3 that I want to do some touch up on. This one here, just along this this edge, this little corner here, just needs a little bit of filling in. There's another little void up in there, and but other than that, they come out pretty good. I got these bevel edges all cleaned up pretty good, and we might have to make one more pass at them, but we'll see. And then over here, this is the worst one, and it needs some filling in just a couple of spots here, just to level it out a little bit more, and then a couple spots on this one that we'll go ahead and fill in too. Now I was thinking about it, and down here in Florida, we got something called humidity. So right now it's at 65%. This wood and kit all came from Chesapeake, up in up north a little ways, and then it comes down here and sees this humidity and swells up a little bit, and I think that caused some of my puzzle joint problems. So what I did on this one here is before I even did anything, I tried to dry fit together, and it was pretty tight. So I took some sandpaper at it. Might have been a little bit too aggressive in a couple spots, but I've got a nice dry fit. You can see here, this is probably the worst spot right now, is a little bit too aggressive there on that, but the rest of it is pretty good, and it lays down nice and flat. So we ought to be able to fill this in and get it all epoxied up without the big drama and headaches and problems that the other ones cause. So I think that was part of my problem, was the wood swelled up from the humidity and caused the puzzle joints to be really too tight. But just relieving it a little bit with some 80 grit sandpaper, I think has fixed that up. So good. So let me go ahead and get set up. I got to clean, I got to wipe everything off and get ready to do some epoxy. All right, then I'm all set up, I guess, to get going here. Oops, I need a brush. Wind's kicking up a little bit outside. Gives me some good airflow, but also kind of problematic in other ways. All right. So we're gonna do. Let's see. So I think I'm just gonna do 4 pumps, and then add some cello fill, and then if we need more later, we can mix up some more. But I would think I want to keep erring on the side of maybe enough. All right, there's 2 minutes. Let's add some of the cello fill. I think we're going to try to get it just a little bit thicker than what I was using before. The other thing I've realized is, so I had about half a teaspoon. We're going to go with almost a full one. And if I get it down in there before I drop it, it doesn't get stuck to the to the sides. And then start off slow to work it in. It looks about right. Now, get my brush. I got everything set up, so I've got the peel ply underneath here for when we put it down, and then I've got another piece of plastic and a peel ply ready to go. And my board, where did I put my board up? My board's right here. And this time, instead of clamping it down, I'm gonna put some blocks on top, to try to give it more even pressure across the whole thing instead of just at the sides. So let's go ahead and get this party started. All right, then we got them all wetted out. Let's go ahead and get the blocks out from here. Make sure we're pretty good on that peel ply. That looks pretty good. All right, now, puzzle joint, please fit this time. Oh yeah, there we go. That's a good fit. No hammer needed, nothing. All right, now I'm just gonna come back over real quick. All right, good deal. Now for the peel ply, and hope I had, oops, I don't have my squeegee with me here. That's right, let's just put this down. And I just use this plastic squeegee to make sure we're mostly flat. All right, and now I got a big hunk of plastic here. And my board. I think this is where I had it. And put these big old pavers there. There we go. All right, good. Now I can go fix up the these other small ones over here where I just wanted to do a little touch up. I've already got some peel ply sitting there, and I think I've got just enough epoxy here to do the job. Ain't gonna take much. For these smaller ones, I'm just gonna lay a board down there just to keep the plastic in place. Shouldn't need a lot of pressure. All right, there we go. So we'll pause here. I'll clean up a little bit, and then we'll be back out tomorrow to see what we did here. Okay then, it's another day out here in the old guy's shed. Let's take a look. I've been pretty anxious about how this is gonna look, so let me get this stuff off of here. Whoa. This big puzzle joint is really what I'm I'm really wanting to see at least comes out right, so that I've got a better feel about my abilities here. Yeah, looks pretty good. Let's get this peel ply off. Oh yeah, oh yeah. That side looks real good. All right, good deal. Yeah, this side's a little bit rougher on the bottom side. It might even need a little bit of filling here. A couple spots. Boy, this puzzle joint stuff is isn't as easy as it looks. I think now that I don't have to do any more puzzle joints, I'm about probably pretty happy about that. All right, so good. So then I went ahead and did these other guys over here, just small bits. Yeah, that feels pretty good. Yep, good deal. So I just got to do some sanding on the three small pieces. I got one up on the bench. So I got to do some sanding on that, and then on the big puzzle joint, I'll have to do some sanding and probably one more coat on this back side here. We'll probably do just a real short coat after we do some sanding on it. So go ahead and pause here. I'll get on the sanding and we'll see what other trouble we can get into. All right, so I got the this all sanded up. It actually came out really good. The bottom even sanded up better than the top here. So don't need anything there. But the one part is right here. You can see I got a pretty good gap right along this edge. So I'm gonna have to put some more thickened epoxy in there. But other than that, I think we're all good. I went back over all of the other planks, and we're looking pretty good. This problem one here is my biggest question. And you can see here on the Rabbit, we've got, I don't like the looks of this. And this is number 4 port. So it should go on the boat like this. And it should be it should be the top plank. So we probably make it work, and I probably will end up using it. But this is Sunday, so I'm gonna give CLC Boats a call Monday morning, tomorrow morning, and see if we can just get a port number 4 plank, and if it's a long lead time or if it costs $1 million, then we'll probably stay with what we got. But I'll at least ask the question and see if it's possible to get just one plank sent to me. And then the other, so then what's next is we got to do some roundovers on these various parts here. So looks like the stern, yeah, so the transom and the bow look like we need to do some roundover on, and then there's doublers that go with them, and then yeah, the aft seat and some other little pieces here that we need to do some roundover on them. So problem is I got to pull them out from the box that's over there, and then find a spot to do all of that. I think what I'll probably do is find a spot for the planks to keep them out of the way, and then kind of find another spot for this. And so I've got to, when I do the glue up on these other parts after I do the roundover, I want to be able to just throw some thickened epoxy in there when I do that. So yep, so I got some rearranging here to go through, and then we'll see if we can get to doing this roundover stuff today, or if I run out of energy, we'll do it tomorrow. So I was going through that box of parts I had over there, finding all these parts that needed to be round over, and I was doing pretty good. Found all these, and was like, well, where the heck is this part? This here, what's this? 11.5, 11.TA. What's that number? Let's look here. So what's this? So forward seat take apart. All right. Well, heck, where is that at? So come back here to look. Let's see. So here we go. 18 forward seat port starboard, huh? 18. What do you mean? I got to put it together. So sure enough, in that other box there was this other 2 pieces that needed to be put together. This is a pretty thick couple pieces of plywood, and it's pretty easy to see that if we tried to put this together the way it is, we might be able to bang on it a little bit, but boy, it would be pretty tight. So I'm gonna have to go, and we're gonna have to figure out where we need to sand a little bit off, right in here, and a couple other spots, and then along the edges we've got a couple of these little nibs here, and quite a bit of tear out on it. Another nib there. So we're gonna have to I'm gonna have to spend some time cleaning this up. The good news is I did go ahead and clean out the that box that was sitting over there, so I got everything out and separated. The other parts that are gonna need to be round over, they're sitting right here. So I got these already. They're also gonna need some cleanup. I've got the take apart bulkhead there. I've got the other parts that need rounding over there. And then I've got some other small parts sitting over there along with those planks. So once I get this this cleaned up, then we'll glue it. We'll glue it up, and then at the same time I can do that that little piece over there on the bottom. I left that sitting up there just so I remember to do that. Problem is, so already. So today is April. What is today? April 2nd. Yep, so April 2nd, it's a little afternoon and it's 93 out here in the shed. So I'll go ahead and work on cleaning these up, and then hopefully we can get out here tomorrow morning and do the glue up on this this Ford seat, I guess it's what it's called, and then maybe get it glued up, and then I can do some get the cleanup going on the other ones. And I think thinking about it a little bit is I'm going to go ahead and put another piece of plastic back down on this end here and do the glue up for this back here, and then I can do I can still do some cleanup over here on this end, but we'll make it work. Anyways, we'll pause here and be back on tomorrow. Okay, it's another day here in the old guy's shed. A little bit of late start this morning. That's all right. We got temperature is 82 degrees, so we got a little bit of time. So to glue up this this last panel here with the puzzle joint, one of the things I wanted to try was to go ahead and put these are actual just bar clamps connected to the plywood bench here on both sides, and then heavily covered with tape. And so the idea is that now I'll be able to put the epoxy on the whole joint like this. I'll take it up and set it down here on the peel ply on this one. This one here will go on this side, and then I've got the other one sitting over there ready to go. I'll put that in here, get the epoxy on it, and then put it together right here on top of the peel ply. So I've already gone through and cleaned these up pretty good and got the puzzle joint fits nice and it's not loose, but it's not so tight that it won't fit together. And then I've got the boards. I've got the top layer of peel ply here with some plastic underneath it, and so I think we're all ready to go. And then after that, I've gone ahead and moved all these boards up here. Not this one. Looking at these boards, they all require a little bit of cleanup. Some of them still have these little nubs on them, on almost all of them. So I'm going to take the next day or two, once I get that glue up done, to go through and clean up these and clean up the edges a little bit. This first set here are all ones that need the round over anyways. Oh, one thing I was going to tell you on these nubs here on my rotary tool, I've got this little drum sander here. This one's pretty rough looking, but I do have I've got replacement drums. I'm going to have to order some more of these, I think, because they are pretty handy to take those nubs right down. Just got to be a little bit careful, and it goes right down. So yep, so I got plenty of work to do here. As soon as I get this next glue up done, then we'll get on to doing the cleanup. I got the other stuff over there that probably needs cleaning up too. So a lot of cleaning up, sanding, getting this stuff ready. Do have a call in to CLC boats, so I'm expecting the call back to see how many millions of dollars port number 4 is going to cost me. But we'll pause here and get some epoxy mixed up and get that going. All right, then let's get this glue up done here. Hopefully this will come out better than the other ones. All right, now let's see if we can move this without making too much of a mess. Right there. And once again, I mixed up too much darn epoxy, and it's too hot out. And got to move a little bit quicker than I'd like to. Alright, slathered that one on there and got down. I'm afraid the epoxy's kicking off again. Alright, let's get this close here. There we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, there we go. I just need to do that little piece on the bottom section over here. Alright, got that on. See, more than likely I'll have to come back with fill in some spots there anyways. That's why I'm not worried too much about it. I think at this point I've kind of realized that these puzzle joints, get them as flat as possible, sand them down, and then you're gonna have to come back and clean them up anyway. So I'm good with that. We'll leave it as it is, and I'll start to clean up on the other parts, and we'll be back on tomorrow or maybe the next day. All right, then it's another day out here in the old guy's shed. So yesterday I've touched all of the pieces at least once, and I think I've got most of the little nibs off. I gave them just a real quick light sand just to make sure and take a good look at the parts, see if there's any other problems I needed to take a look at. I did talk to CLC Boats yesterday, and we do have a number 4 port side plank coming. The part itself wasn't too bad. It was, I think it was $125, and shipping was considerably more than that. So it was, oh my God, more than that. But anyway, so I'm not gonna think about it. It's on its way. Hopefully it'll be next week. So we still got lots of work to do before that becomes a problem. So I think we're okay. We've got we still have to do the this roundup, and then there's some glue up after that, and then we can actually start on the build of the boat. You know, because number 4 was the top plank, so there's still quite a bit of work there to do before we even get there. So anyways, let's take a look at this. Let me get you set up here, and we'll take a quick look at this glue up. I know I've got to do some sanding on it, so let me get you set up, and we'll take a look at that right now. All right, and let's see how this glue up here looks. Not too good. All right, that's okay. At least the puzzle joints, it's a little low right there. Let's take a look at it on the other side. All right, yep, we're off just a little bit here on this puzzle joint. Just take a little bit of sand and a little bit of fill in, a couple spots, and we'll be good to go. So good. So let me go ahead and pause here, figure out where we're at, and we'll be back in a little bit. All right, so I've got that bottom piece. I went ahead and did a rough, just a light sand on it, and then just a couple pumps of epoxy and filled in one side. I'll have to flip that over tomorrow and do the other side just to fill in some gaps there. Having the vertical and putting the glue on and then slapping it down. Actually, I think the problem was that my glue was kicking off too quick there, and I ran out of time to fix that up right. But we'll get that fixed up. I think it'll look okay when we're done. But now we're on to the to this other here where we got to do the roundover guide, and you can see it tells you some of them to do both sides and then others to do one side. They don't really do a good job at explaining that you ought to take a little bit of time here to take a look at it. So for instance, they call this the bow transom and then the bow transom doubler, which are these two parts here. And if we look and look at these parts, you can kind of try to figure out which side you want exposed. So if we look at this, if we put the if we match, this is going to have to go on top of here like that. So we're going to have at some point, you know, some of this bottom part will be covered, and we'll also have a matchup between these two parts. So looking at it, if I make it like, let's see, yeah, so you can see a little bit of the grain going this way, and then on this doubler part, you can see the grain kind of matches up. Now, I'll be the first to tell you my sense of aesthetics and matching and colors and that kind of thing is is woeful, and probably not something you should even consider listening to be honest with you. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead, and since I can see a little bit of grain here and a little bit of grain here, I'm going to go ahead and say that this is how that it's going to be installed, this doubler onto this bow transom. So now if I come back and look at the book here, I can see that more than likely on the bow transom, this part will be on the outside, or will be on the back side of putting these two together, and then the doubler, that'll be the front side that we do the round over on. And again, I don't I don't know why, but 1/8 inch round over. They say you could do it with some sanding paper, but we'll go ahead and do it with the round over. So let me get that going. I've got the router set up. Let me just get the cameras going here, and we'll see what we can do here. All right then, so I've got my handy dandy router all set up here with an 1/8 inch round over bit. One of the things I did is just took a piece of scrap plywood and made sure that we're we're where we want to be. Now I think I've got it set to the point where I'm going to want to do a pass going both ways, you know. So we'll go along one edge like this, and then we'll go flip it over and go along the other edge like that, just to clear it out and see how that looks. Oops, but I forgot to get my this is pretty loud, so I need to get my hearing protection. I'm gonna go ahead and just do one last test run on this piece of plywood here. All right, so I'm going to need these small pieces are problematic because you can't really clamp them down. All right, we'll go ahead and pause here. Let me see where we're at, and we'll be back in a little bit. All right, then, this video is getting a little bit long, so we'll go ahead and end it up here. It is Tuesday morning, so I can edit this video tonight and get it uploaded tomorrow for Wednesday 5 p.m. Release time. So yeah, so I still need to I guess I still need to think about how I'm going to do this a little bit, and maybe get a better piece of test wood that I can before I go doing anything to these guys. So anyways, wanted to say thanks for watching, thanks for your support. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Please leave me any comments, questions, suggestions down below. Please tell your friends about me, and please subscribe. Everyone, take care and be good.